got something to pick your brain on, which is a little bit different. Talk to me about luxury.
In terms of luxury, probably the most relevant work experience we've had in more recent years is working for exclusive hotels at South Lodge Hotel.
Okay.
We were quantity surveyors and CDM consultants on this project. It was very round terms, £15 million development
Wow.
of a spa complex, which sits aside the existing hotel at South Lodge. Subsequently, has won awards. Great luxury service that they have there. Included swimming pools, it included treatment rooms, we had gyms, we had a restaurant, a cafe. All of this was new built into the profile, if you like, of the surrounding landscape as well. So we had, effectively a green roof. We had a natural swimming pool externally. We've got the treatment rooms, as I say, all done to a high standard. Effectively, South Lodge is 5-star.
Yeah.
So they've the restaurant in the main hotel is Michelin-listed, starred. So it's off that level. That's what I would term luxury.
Okay. So tell me about what you guys did specifically.
Well, specifically, we were, as I say, the quantity surveyors for the job. So we ran this over the course of 2.5 years in terms of cost consultancy on the job. We did the initial feasibility studies. We then took that through working with the design team, with a architect, which is fairly local to us. They headed up the job, and what we did was we took that through, developed bills of quantities for the project based on their designs, tendered the project, got the tenders back, do the tender reports, and then consequently, when it's actually on site, we ran the sort of monthly valuations, monthly cost reports as it goes through. And the project was slightly delayed, and then through that we worked through what needed to be paid in terms of additional costs to the contractor in that respect, ultimately to get to a final account.
So it sounds like, huge project over a big period of time, different to your average cafe restaurant, which might take a few months to a year. So what's the difference in it for you and for the client?
Different mindset.
Yeah.
In terms of client, different mindset in terms of ourselves.
Okay. Tell me about that.
As I say, this is probably a lot slower process.
Yeah.
Working through planning, working through budgeting with the client. Exclusive hotels are a good size hotel group, and it's seeing where that expenditure fitted in for them, in what years, and that sort of thing. It's working with different interior designers. It's working with the architect that we were known with, but in a much bigger guise, and totally different to what we would do in terms of a restaurant designer or architect.
And how does that impact you guys as a company? Because we talked about team in previous video.
Yeah. In terms of a team, it's a different type of team.
Yeah.
I'd have different members of staff within my organisation working on it, maybe to ones that are doing the very rapid sort of restaurant type work.
Yeah.
The health and safety side of things was handled by a member of staff there, but who's now retired. But with that, in terms of our health and safety going forwards, it would be the same person throughout our company that works on that, because they've got the knowledge and experience of working across that broad spectrum.
Gotcha.
But specifically in terms of sort of surveying time, it'd probably be a different member of staff within the office.
And is there any types of challenges that you would experience in that job as you would in your average cafe or restaurant that you build?
I think when you start talking about swimming pool kit and the associated sort of HVAC and everything else that goes with that, I probably haven't had many of those in many restaurants.
Right. Okay. Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, no, sort of joking aside, you know, we've done swimming pools and that before,
Yeah.
whether it's private residential or whether it's part of gym complexes and that sort of thing. But there's a large amount of engineering that went into the spa project that,
Yeah.
you know, is over and above what we would normally be looking at.
Okay. And is there anything that comes to mind? It's like, do you know what? I wish we knew that before we started, but you know it for a future project.
Yes, I think there's learning to have been had from the project
Yeah.
overall. In terms of procurement and delivery and that sort of thing,
Yeah.
in hindsight, I don't think we were too badly off in where we'd done in terms of the process. It was a traditional JCT and that sort of side of things. I think we just need to, in hindsight, look at the outputs, if you like, of what we were actually looking for from different members of that consultant team and how we would allocate them going forwards.
Yeah.
But in other aspects, we were, you know, working through the prolongation was a learning experience, and we would take that forward again. But we had very good sort of negotiation skills with the surveyor that we had on the job, and with that, got a good result for the client at the end.
Fantastic. I asked that question because there'll be people watching this who will have done a restaurant, a bar, a cafe, and might be wanting to go to the next stage, which is, you know, we're going to build our portfolio in a hotel. And I think the video series that you're creating is really helping people through every different stage. Hence why asking that question, because you've shared so much value in these videos.
This one was specifically sort of a spa complex. In terms of a hotel, it's not, when I say it's not that great a jump, that from a restaurant, it's an easier jump to what was the spa.
Yeah.
You know, when we start looking at hotel rooms and bedrooms and that sort of thing, there's elements that we can apply from the general restaurant experience in terms of the banqueting and that sort of thing that you would have your restaurants within your hotels there.
Yeah.
In terms of bedrooms and that sort of thing, yes, you know, we're quite happy to sort of work that through and have worked that through on other projects. So
gotcha. So if anybody wants to put that swimming pool in their restaurant, how did I get hold of you, Julian?
You need to make sure that it's big enough to start with. But always the best way is email, julian@jca-ltd.co.uk. I'll be more than happy to discuss your swimming pool with you at the same time as putting your bar and your pastry.
Excellent. Julian, it's been a pleasure.